Hello friends, a strange news has come in front of you. A new type of CD technology has come, which will be able to store the data of about 1,000 hard disks. I know you can't believe this. When you talk about CDs, you remember the disc of the grandpa's era. There was a time when we installed software with this CD. We installed Windows and watched movies and listened to music with that CD. But today, if you buy a computer, you don't need a CD drive anymore. With that, there is no slot for a CD drive in a modern laptop. One thing has been discovered from this, that people have become very similar. And CD drive has been converted into a new technology, which no one uses today. There was a time when we bought a CD from the library to watch a movie. And if you go to store a movie in HD quality, you need 2 or 3 CDs. But the new CD technology that is going on today, a few 100,000 HD movies can be stored in that CD. The main thing is that some Chinese scientists have invented such a type of CD technology, which can store 1.6 petabytes of data. To store so much data, companies like Google use big servers like cupboards. Now the question is, the CD that has been released a few decades ago, what did the Chinese scientists do with it? What technology did they use that no one has been able to do before? And in the future, can this technology turn the storage industry upside down? Will the hard drive, pen drive, SD card be used? Just like the floppy disk drive was used. But can ordinary people like us buy that CD? How much will that CD cost? I will try to answer all these questions in this video. To understand this new CD technology, we must first understand why the old CD was invented. What was the problem that was solved with the help of that old CD technology? In the 1960s, there was a physicist named James Russell. He loved to listen to music. When his work was done, he would come home and listen to music on a vinyl disc on a gramophone. But for a problem in this vinyl disc, the concept of CD comes to us. Actually, there are various grooves dug on the vinyl disc. When the stylus of the gramophone goes on top of it, there is a vibration. And that vibration can be amplified with a gramophone like a mic to listen to music. Physicist James Russell noticed one thing. The quality of the vinyl disc deteriorated as the stylus moved on top of the vinyl disc. And to solve this thing, he also used a soft stylus. But there was a problem with that too. In the case of a soft stylus, the stylus needed to be sharpened a few days later. And to solve these problems, he thought that he would make such a stylus, which will not be touched on the disc, but will be able to read the disc. And the CD came up with this concept. Data is digitally grooved in the CD, and the stylus used to read it is a laser light, which does not touch the CD, and its quality does not deteriorate quickly, like a gramophone. And this CD comes from a compact disc, optical disc which we used to use when we were young. After coming to the market, this disc became so famous that it is used everywhere, from movies, software, gaming, everywhere. With it comes the CD read-write device, in which we could burn and store data with an empty CD. But this success of the CD was only for a few days, because in a few days, a pen drive and SD card comes to the market, in which it was very easy to store data. It was very easy to carry it, and the data in it was not easily corrupted or destroyed. But now try to understand what is in this new CD, with which scientists are so optimistic. And they think that this CD is also likely to be famous like the old CD. Actually, the technology of the old CD was very simple. There was an aluminum sheet in it, which was protected by 2 plastic papers. There was a high and low curving in the aluminum sheet, which was called flats and pits. When the laser light went over those flats and pits, then the light's reflection could be detected and get 1 or 0 value. And the data was created from that 1 and 0. This means that the more flats and pits are in the CD, you can store as much data as possible in that CD. And that's why there was a lot of space from the CD to the DVD. The reason is that the curving in the DVD was very small, so a lot of curving could be done in it and a lot of data could be stored. But the problem is that to read any flat or pit of the laser light, it has to be of a minimum size. You can't make it smaller than that. If you want, you can't make flats and pits of atomic size, because the laser light can't read those flats and pits. So the DVD is made from the CD. but you can't get any disk of more space from the DVD. And slowly that technology goes out of the market. So now the question is, what technology does China have in this new disk, which they can use to store 1.6 petabyte data in it? Actually, the scientists of China could understand that in a compact disk, there was no such problem except the limitation of storage space. So if we can increase the storage space in a compact disk, but it can be used again, and from this, they start their research. In the CD, there was an aluminum plate in which flats and pits were drawn. The Chinese scientists flipped that aluminum plate. They made a CD with a very thin, light-sensitive material. By pressing one layer after another, they made a CD with about 100 layers. To read and write this CD, they used 3 lasers instead of 1, in which 2 lasers can modify the layer by changing the molecule in the layer in the disk, and the 3rd laser can measure the changes of the molecule by a specific frequency light. As a result, the light areas in the disk represent 1, and the dark areas represent 0. And by using these 2 technologies, they are able to increase the storage capacity of a disk exponentially. But all these technologies are now in the development stage, and it is possible to create a prototype of it. Whether this disk will come to the market and how much will its price be, we have no idea about it. And I don't think that a normal person needs so much storage space. We use storage in our computer from 1 TB to 4 terabytes. We don't need more storage than this. So I think if any such expensive disk comes to the market, these disks will be purchased by those companies that run big servers. And if it is available in the market, how much can its price be? What do you think? Don't forget to let us know in the comments. If you like the video, share it with a like and other friends. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on the bell notification button. And if you're subscribed, thank you very much.